What's good, Chaotic Nation? It is your boy Chaos here, coach of the Detroit Red Wingles, bringing you another team builder for week 6 of the PDL versus the Edmonton Excadrills and Coach Buns. I want to clarify I'm wearing a headset because this is post-commentary. I recorded this earlier today and I realized that something was messed up with my audio input settings. So you should be hearing the audio output from that. However, all the dialogue and all the voice things that I was saying didn't go through. So I'm going to be working on that, working through it, trying to say everything I said before in the first time, the second time around. So without further ado, I'll get into it. Buns has a pretty good team. As I mentioned in that video, rockin' Hatterene, G-Max Hatterene, Whimsicott, Indeedee, Incineroar, Decidueye, Azumarill, Stonejourner, Scolipede, Emolga, Chinchino, Rotom-Frost, and Luxray. We've got a couple strategies here with his team. Could be knockoff on Incineroar, Chinchino, Fake Out is a possibility, Parting Shot's a possibility, Trick-Room with Hatterene, Tailwind on Whimsicott, Sap Zipper, Azumarill, which would be interesting. Terrain with Indeedee, and then Prankster with Whimsicott. I actually didn't mention that in the first copy, so be glad I'm redoing this, because you get a little bit of a sense of what I'm building for. Of course, you see Colossal on the screen, you see the stats and everything. That's my first bring G-Max Colossal this week. Weakness policy, Steam Engine has its ability. I'm going to be taking advantage of the water move and going from there. We got Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Ancient Power, and Earth Power. I know this shows Heat Wave instead of Flamethrower. I changed that after this team builder, so no worries about that. It should be Flamethrower, so just note that it is changed for the match, and no worries about that. Colossal is built, again, same thing from the last 2 weeks, special, mostly because of Incineroar with Intimidate. Kind of worried about that, kind of figured that would be a lead. Also could see G-Max Hatterene and Indeedee be a lead. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But pretty much that's what I built special. I thought it was a better option, which would come in handy this week, and that's why I ran it. So what Colossal does, it beats G-Max Hatterene as long as myself is G-Max and I'm boosted. So as long as I get hit by the water move and go from there, we are good. It's same thing with Indeedee. It beats Whimsicott as long as it's boosted speed. Decidueye as long as it's faster. Azumarill as long as it's not Sap Sipper with Solar Beam. Stonejourner as long as it's faster. Honestly, it probably just beats it anyway. It beats Scolipede. It beats Emolga. It beats Chinchino. It's my primary counter to Chinchino with as long as it's boosted. And it can beat Rotom-Frost and Luxray both as long as it outspeeds. So a pretty good solid bring this week for the team. Of course, the G-Max is always a fun option. I honestly don't know what else I'm saying here. I kind of am blowing through this fast on my side just for the fact that I want to be ahead in case I need to talk about some things. But primarily, this is my way to shut down the Hatterene. It is a really good counter to my team. It is very defensive and can cause a lot of issues if I don't take care of it. So with Colossal, that's going to be my option to do that. I also maxed out Ancient Power on this thing because I thought having more rock moves would be nice in case I wanted to use G-Max Volcalith for some options on the team. So that was kind of the strategy with that and doing what I did. So I was hoping that that would be the strategy that would work out. A G-Max Colossal just makes sense to bring every week. I kind of hope it was doing well in the week, so that's a thing. I'm obviously talking too long in the video because the screen went dark, so that's fun and always enjoyable. But I hope you guys have been enjoying team builders and stuff. I'll take a moment here since I'm behind apparently in the VOD. That you should hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content from me here and join us. So basically at this point, I think I'm gonna cut when I switch to Hatterene. So let me just make that note to myself. Alright, I said I would cut the Hatterene. I meant cut the Primarina. That's my bad. But Primarina, of course, is the obvious pairing for Colossal. It makes sense. As I said, I was going to hit with a water move, so that's what we got. With its moveset, and it's actually built this fresh this week. Running max special attack, and then 192 speed EVs. That calcs the speed to beat, I think, Chinchino on the team. Maybe it's to beat Scolipede, I think. I'm not quite sure what its speed calcs to. I already forgot what it was, but I knew it earlier. And I mentioned that in the video. Sadly, you missed that part because I had to cut it because the audio didn't work. But yeah, it's speed calc to outspeed some things on the team. Of course, it's Choice Scarf, so doesn't need a lot of speed. It's got a little bit of HP investment, which is pretty nice for it. Running Choice Scarf and Flip Turn this week because of the priority stop with Indeedee in Psychic Terrain. So this is to counter that. If it happens to be Indeedee Hatterene, I can still Flip Turn. It also gives me switching with Choice Scarf. So if I don't like the matchup with Prina off the lead, Flip Turn out and move on from there. So that's going to be the strategy there. Of course, Scald, Moonblast for stab coverage and just general offense. And then Ice Beam is a nice third coverage move to deal with some of the grass types that are there. Primarina deals with Hatterene, potentially. It's a weird matchup. Same with Indeedee and Whimsicott. It depends if we outspeed Whimsicott or not, depending on what kind of variant, as well as if it has Energy Bill or not. That's kind of true. It's my primary counter to Incineroar, which is really nice. Makes sense because it's a starter Pokemon. It's the same generation. It can beat Decidueye if it's at 2/3 health. It beats Azumarill. It beats Stonejourner, Emolga, Rotom, Frost, as long as it's not Scarfed. And Luxray is 2/3 as well. And it's kind of weird calc, so it could be a nice revenge killer if I needed it to be. But honestly, it's just a setup for Colossal, and that's what was the whole purpose of it. So that's kind of why I'm bringing it, and we got the set as we do, because I thought it was better than Aqua Jet this week. Obviously, I didn't want to have to deal with missing into the setup, because that would just ruin the Colossal. So that is going to be part of the reason why I'm running the Choice Scarf set. I think Buns might predict that, though. I thought he might be like, okay, maybe the best way to deal with the Aqua Jet would be to stop priority and or fake out. So, you know, we could see Indeedee, we could see Incineroar coming out to stop that either way. Moving on to Rillaboom, and I timed that nicely. I didn't have to make a cut. Pog me. This is Rillaboom, same Rillaboom we've been running. It is max special attack, max special attack Rillaboom, that'd be a sight. Max HP Rillaboom and max attack Rillaboom as well. A little bit of special defense investment, 0 IVs and speed for some random reason, because I freaking can. It is Adamant Nature, boosted attack over special attack. Assault Vest, Grassy Surge as its ability, just in order to get the Grassy Glide off. Drain Punch knockoff, same set last week, except I changed Brick Break for high horsepower. I wanted the coverage for things like Scolipede that are weak to ground, although I'm pretty sure it's not actually weak to ground because I've done the battle and I'm pretty sure it's not weak to ground. And it just spoiled what Buns is bringing. So there you go. Have fun! I love this. I love recording after the fact because I can't. It's hindsight is 2020, dude. But Rillaboom with the set is a primary counter to Indeedee. We shut down the terrain. That's why I'm bringing it. I want to shut down the Indeedee that way. It also can take on Hatterene. Incineroar is a weird matchup, but it can do as long as it has some damage on it. It beats Decidueye. It beats Azumarill as long as it's not Sap Sipper. But it can beat Stonejourner. It's a weird matchup for Stonejourner, Cinccino, Rotom Frost, and Luxray. Depends on what the sets are for that thing, for it to go ham. It's primarily just a way to deal with Indeedee. It's not really brought for any other reason. Besides offensive, and can also run in Trick Room. So that's kind of the strategy with Rillaboom. I have to worry about Mystic Fire from things like Hatterene. But I have the special defense boost with Assault Vest to cover that. So hopefully that is going to be enough to help Rillaboom get through here. Also that priority, which is going to be nice for things maybe like Speed Boost, Scolipede, maybe Choice Scarf user and like Rotom or Stonejourner. So those are just options there. Coca-Cola is awesome. Not sponsored. I'm a big G Fuel fan though. Would recommend, but I'm not drinking G Fuel this late at night, so I'm drinking Coke instead because it doesn't have any effect on me. G Fuel does. That's why it's better. Get yourself some. Code Chaos. 0% off on G Fuel. Trust me. You want some. It's amazing. Alright, moving on to Durant here. We got Kevin coming in this week again. I'm bringing the offensive. I'm bringing the speedy Kevin. He is max speed. Jolly Nature, boosting that speed over special attack. Of course, max attack as well. Why not? And got special defense boost. That probably doesn't actually matter that much. It's got Wide Lens and Hustle as its ability, as per usual. That's how you run it. And I've swapped out some moves for it. So it's got X-Scissor and Iron Head for stab. Stomping Tantrum, again, to deal with some of the things that are weak to ground on the team that wasn't covered through Steel. And Stone Edge is an ultimate nuke. We have a very annoying Pokemon, one of my least favorite Pokemon in the world, Emolga, that is electric type that does not get hit by ground type moves, so Stone Edge is going to be the play. As well as it also works for Rotom Frost, which is pretty cool too, because it has Levitate. Durant's primary bring this week, again, counters Indeedee and Hatterene. It's a weird matchup with Hatterene. It can't entirely one-shot it, so the whole plan this week is to get some damage on Hatterene and then take it out when I can. So as long as we keep pressuring it, it might kill a few things, but we'll take it out and return fire, so it's going to be nice there. I think really the worry about Hatterene is if it's G-Max and if it's in Trick Room. So that's going to be the big issues with that. It beats Whimsicott, it beats Incineroar at 2/3 health, it beats Decidueye, Azumarill, Stonjourner as long as it's not Scarfed and at 2/3. Emolga is a weird matchup, but we can do it. Beats Chinchino, beats Rotom Frost as long as it's not Scarfed, and Luxray at 3/4 health. So some pretty good offensive power here from Durant. I think it's going to be a big player this week. Just a good typing to counter a lot of Buns' psychic types. So that's really the counter there. I didn't worry about with like the same thing I did with Ancient Power. I'm not worried about rocks on. I'm not worried about maxing out Stone Edge, mostly because I'm probably going to miss it anyway, and that's why Stomping Tantrum works well, because I get boosted Stomping Tantrum next turn, which is going to be incredibly powerful, and I'm really happy about that. So hopefully that works out in my favor. Previous Chaos, please move to the next slide. Thank you very much. Because this is a long team builder. I think it's like a 20-minute one, but hey, it's what it is. Gengar coming this week. So, here's my conversation about Gengar. You guys have been asking about it in the Twitch chat, as well as just in general. I switched Gengar out for Dragalge this week. I thought Dragalge was too slow. I thought Dragalge didn't do anything offensive. It was really a weird typing. Dragon and Poison. It didn't really work out for my team, as we saw a few weeks ago. So I thought, why not get a more offensive, a faster Poison type that does the role better, as well as add the Ghost typing to my list, which is kind of another counter for a choice band Chinchino this week. So that's kind of part of the things I was thinking about with that set. But it's got Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, and Destiny Bomb. The whole point of Dark Pulse is for the Indeedee. The rest of the time, I'll probably choose one of the stab moves. I also have Destiny Bond to be a little because that's my shtick this week. Basically, Gengar functions as a safety valve. If I have a very scary mon, let's say Hatterene sets up Calm Mind, Indeedee sets up Calm Mind, I debond, they hit me, they die, I die, we get a free trade, take out a scary threat, no problem. Very good, powerful Pokemon. I didn't go through the IV and EV spreads, that's a good job. It is a max special attack, max speed. I ran Modest this week because I didn't really think I needed the speed. Probably should have ran more speed, but that's my problem. But it's big counter to Hatterene as long as it's not Gigantamaxed. It one-shots, it beats Indeedee as long as it's outspeeds, so no Trick Room. It counters Whimsicott, it beats Incineroar with Destiny Bond, part of the strategy. Decidueye, it beats Azumarill. It's my big counter to Azumarill, especially Sap Sipper, so that's the whole point of it. It can beat Stonjourner as long as it's not Scarfed. It beats Scolipede with the weird matchup, so not the best thing in the world. Also, Scolipede has speed boost, so it could outspeed that way. It meets Emolga. It can beat Chinchino as long as it's not holding knockoff. As I said, Choice Band Tail Slap is its count. This is the counter to that. So we have that option. It also beats Rotom Frost as long as it's not Scarfed, and Luxray with Destiny Bond. So again, if I needed a valve, I had it. So that's nice. It also has Cursed Body, its ability, so if it gets hit, it has a 30% chance to get rid of that move, basically making it disabled. So that's nice. And then Life Orb, just for more damage output. Honestly, Gengar would be cool with not a black belt, but I mean a black belt would be fine. But an expert belt. However, I thought Life Orb was a better damage output, so that was my shtick here. And added it to the team over Dragalge because I thought it was going to be better for me. I've been doing a lot of trades, and honestly, I'm just trying to make the team better, so I think this was a good trade. It was good timing, too, because Nico had just dropped it from the Sassy Squirtles right when I was looking for a replacement, and it just happened to fall into my lap just perfectly. And I really wanted to take it before somebody else, so I traded for it last week. I will let you know that I am going to be making a trade next week. I will talk about that next week in the next week's Team Builder because it was made after the battle, and I don't want to clutter up this with talk about another Pokemon that I'm not even... it's not even on my team at this point in time. So I'll talk about that next week. Just know there is a change coming, so keep an eye out for that next week in the Team Builder. So if you want to check that out, it's a week from today. It's a week from today, same time. Just different team, and it'll be fun. But that is Gengar for me. That's what Gengar's doing, so that's fun. I think it's a cool Pokemon. You guys ever notice how a Haunter is like just as good as Gengar, just like 15 base stats worse in like every stat? Check it out. It's a pretty cool time. Eevee Light Haunter is a good strategy in NFE. Just saying. But usually not used anywhere else. I think it's at PU actually. I'm pretty sure it was used at PU in one season. Maybe that was Gen 7? Oh, I do not remember. It's been a bit since I've seen Eevee Light Haunter pop around. Actually, I think it was Choice Scarf Haunter. So it was like super fast and powerful, and it was gonna die anyway. So there's really no point in running Eevee Light. So I guess Choice Scarf works just as well. All right, Chaos, get moving. Next slide. Come on, buddy. Come on. I talk forever in these videos, and I just want to be thorough. That's all I'm saying. I want to be thorough. And obviously, coming in afterwards, I can summarize things that I said in the recording a little bit better. So maybe I should take 2 takes of this and make the first one like, all right, just say a bunch of random stuff, and then the second time come back through and do it right. So that would be a better strategy maybe for me moving forward. With this thing. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. The first time, first takes. There we go. And finally, our last team member this week is Toxicroak. If I remember, I went through this pretty quickly, so I'm going to do the same here. It is max attack, adamant nature, and max speed with a little bit in special defense, which doesn't really matter. Again, another choice scarf for this week. I ran double scarves because I thought it was very necessary. This is basically my cleaner for the things that are fast in the Primarina with Sharp. So, and also to deal with Tailwind. So that's another thing, because Tailwind could be set up from Whimsicott, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But it's Poison Touch this week. In case I get damaged, I can potentially get a Poison, which might be nice on anything but Luxray. But if it's Guts, it's probably Flame Worm. So that's what it is. It's got Drain Punch, Poison Jab for stab, as well as recovery and poison potential. You guys know where those work. And Foul Play and Stone Edge for coverage. Foul Play, primarily a thing for Indeedee and Hatterene. Stone Edge, as I said, Emolga exists. So that's my big play there. But Toxicroak is a big counter to Whimsicott, a big encounter to Incineroar. It can take on Incineroar, I should say. It's not the best. It can beat Azumarill. It's kind of weird. It's a primary counter to Stonejourner. It's a counter Scarf. So my Scarf outspeeds his Scarf, which is nice, and I can one-shot him. So that's a good counter there. Stonejourner was really a big threat to my team if Buns brings it. So I have to watch out for that in the match in case it does come. It can take on Scolipede mostly from a defensive side, unless it has like Earth Power, not Earth Power, like Earthquake or High Horsepower, I guess would be a better move in doubles. It can beat Emolga, it can beat Chinchino as long as it's not Tailwinded, because that would outspeed it. But honestly, in that case, I'm not too worried. It's not going to hit me for really anything. Tail Slap might do a bit, but that's about all it's going to do. And we do get a chance to poison it as well. And it's a good counter to Rotom Frost. So that is going to be Toxicroak and what Toxicroak is bringing. The good part about Toxicroak being my last Pokemon is I can talk about the rest of the stuff and then just end the video when I need to. So I can cut out all the rest of the hoopla on the screen. And just continue going on from there. So what do I think Buns is bringing? That's a good question, and I know you're asking it in the comment section, so I'll answer that for you. I'm pretty sure it's a G-Max Hatterene and Indeedee going to be the lead and or one of the back Mons for his team. It's a really good setup for my team. Shuts down my Primarina, which my setup with G-Max Sweep. So that's kind of what it does, and I would be surprised if he didn't bring it at all, because it just does really well against my team. Hatterene is just an absolute boss. Watch out for this, coaches. It is a big powerhouse for a team. Something you definitely don't want to have to mess with for too long. I also think Incineroar is going to be coming. It's one of his mons that he brings every week, pretty much. Fake Out, Parting Shot, very good technician. Could be a weakness policy set where it just takes a hit and then just starts mowing things down. Flare Blitz, good offensive. It has Darkest Lariat, so it ignores stat changes. It's got a lot of weapons, a lot of utility. So Incineroar is actually a really solid bring. I definitely think he brings it. I don't see a way around it, so I think it's coming. Chinchino is another one he's been bringing a lot. Choice Band wouldn't surprise me. Scarf would, but Choice Band would not surprise me at all. It's got good ability with Skill Link and a lot of moves to take advantage of that, like Rock Blast, Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, Triple Axle. So it can do a lot of damage to my team and has a lot of coverage. So I definitely think it's going to be a Pokemon that's coming to the match. I also think has the most kills on his team, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of tier 4 Mon blowing up. It's nice. Good to see. I love seeing tier 4 Mons do work. I think Whimsicott comes too. Prankster, Tailwind, definitely a strat. I said that I do expect G-Max, Hatterene, and DD as the lead. However, if for some reason he doesn't bring it, or if for some reason he feels like he's going to do fake out strats instead, Whimsicott, Tailwind, fake out could be the lead too. Paired with the Incineroar, obviously. So they would both have to come that week. And then last but not least, as much as I think it's a weird set to bring, Sap Sipper Azumarill is probably the final piece of the puzzle here, because it shuts down all my grass type offense, so it makes Colossal Solar Beam useless. It hard counters my Rillaboom pretty much for speed, and it's just a good bring for the team, I think, this week. I don't think if anything doesn't come from the ones I'm expecting, Azumarill's the one I think it's not going to show up. That is just what I think is going to be the thing. Because it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't. You know, he might do a Choice Scarf in the back instead, and that would be probably a better play, but it's what it is. And what do I expect to see coming? I said Choice Scarf, so I definitely expect Sojourner. As I said, it could be a nice little switch in for Azumarill, depending on what it is. I definitely think if it comes Choice Scarf, that's going to be the go-to. It's just going to be something that outspeed me. Speed Boost, Scolipede, as I mentioned, could be a problem too. He just protects first turn, gets some boost going, and then Mega Horn, Poison Jab, coverage move, stomps my team at that point. So I have to watch out the speed. That's why I have priority with Rillaboom. It's an option too. And I really just want to nuke it as fast as I possibly can. But we have a pretty good defensive matchup for it, so I think we're going to be okay on that end. And I think Luxray could come as well. I think Guts is a really powerful set. I had a really tough time building Guts, so that's probably a good option for him. I don't know if he'd bring Flame Orb. I figure he would bring Flame Orb if he brings Luxray, so that's something I'm anticipating. And I don't like to usually add a fourth Pokemon, but I do think Rotom Frost would be an option. Blunder Policy and or Choice Scarf could be the options, typically what I've seen him run. So he's a good battler, so I doubt he'll make any mistakes on his team bring. And it'll be a fun match to say the least. I forgot to mention with Toxicroak and its moveset, since it's still on the screen. Toxicroak was a tough choice because I was basically choosing, do I want Choice Scarf or do I want Choice Band? I ended up going with Scarf so I could outspeed some of the faster things on the team. I didn't need that. If I brought Band, I could take out Hatterene and a DD. However, everything else on the team covers that already, so I'm not really worried about it. So I brought Scarf, and it was a better option. What are going to be my win cons here? What are going to be my setups and goes? Of course, G-Max Sweep off the bat, Primarina Colossal, good start. Even in terrain, that is, even in Psychic terrain, we take it. We can switch out with Choice Scarf, get our own terrain up, shut down the Indeedee right there. The only thing I'm worried about is G-Max Colossal trying to hit Primarina and targeting Indeedee instead, so with Follow Me. So that could be annoying. We have speed on the team. Literally everybody on the team has built speed. 2 Choice Scarfs this week. Colossal boosted his speedy. Rillaboom with priority. And then both Kevin and Toxicroak are built for speed. So that's the whole point of the team. Fast. I really would hate Trick Room. So I'm hoping that I can knock out the Hatterene first turn. It's going to be a weird matchup if he does get it off. And I'm probably screwed at that point. But I'm going to do my best to play around it if it does happen. I want terrain control, so I want to shut down the Psychic Surge. That puts Rillaboom on the squad to deal with the Hatterene. Not the Hatterene, but the Indeedee. It's my direct counter, so that's my play. And then I have, as I said, if I have everything go to crap, Gengar Destiny Bond is the option. So that's my Hail Mary, Mother of Grace. Please save me because I am screwed play. So that's a long play, but Hail Mary is usually what they call it, but it's a longer name, trust me. You read the playbook, you see that long name, but yeah, that's what the team does. That's what the team is going to be doing. I had an interesting build this week. I wish the best of Buns. He's been doing kind of shoddy this week. He's had some stuff come up, and it's kind of affected him a little bit. But Buns is a great battler. He's a great dude. If you want to check him out, I'll have a link, I think either today or tomorrow's episode in the description, so check that out. And you can see his perspective too. But I think that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this team builder. Of course, you can see the battle tomorrow at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. That's my stream time. You can see the battle tomorrow at 5 5 p.m. Eastern right here on the channel. So make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe down below for more content from us here. I'm not just doing this. I have Let's Plays. I'm currently doing Pokemon Unbound, enjoying the crap out of it. You guys will love it. If you haven't seen any of my content, like Let's Plays and Nuzlocke, definitely go check it out. It'll be great for you. Trust me, you'll like it. And rankings, theories, top 5s, everything like that on the weekend, Saturday. So definitely go check that out. Leave a like over there. And check out those videos too. Follow me on Twitter and Discord for more updates about the stream, about the content in general, and just a great place to hang out and join us in the community. And of course, you can follow me over on twitch.tv/chaos6, link in the description down below for all those things. Twitch for live streams and other fun stuff. But I'm also doing the Best Team live stream right now on Wednesdays at the moment, so just stay tuned for that if you want to see live streams here. And that is all I've got for you today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for the match. So until then, my name is Chaos, coach of the Detroit Red Wingles. I'll see you next time. So until then, stay safe, and as always,